Hey guys, welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. My name is Jessica and today I'm doing a Wip Chat. If you're new here and you don't know what Wip stands for, it stands for work in progress, and what that normally means is that you can bring out your own whips, or if you want you can do chores, you can drive around just drive around, you can even just sit on the couch and do absolutely nothing while you listen to me ramble about what's been going on in my week. With that being said, I hope you guys are doing well. It is a very cloudy day today. I was hoping to get this done, but with a lot of things that were happening yesterday, I wasn't able to get this, I wasn't able to record. So I'm recording early morning, hopefully before the thunderstorm hits, because we got all-day storms coming. So, one of the things I kind of forgot to mention, like, last week is basically, I did put it in the description, but, like, the people who are sponsoring the Chrissabug event, and I just wanted to kind of, I am all over the place, guys. I just wanted to give them a little bit of a shout out here at the beginning, but I also do have links for their stuff down below. The first off is, I want to talk about is, Custom Pins by Cheryl. She has given us a couple of pins, one of them which I will be announcing the giveaway later on in this video. It's like a bunch of rain stick pins and other things that she has on her shop, but I really like the rain stick pins. As you can hear, I like the sound. I get so distracted by this. The second thing we have is we've been given a couple trays from Bijou Bliss Designs. I picked out a couple of different colors. It's not this, but this is like the closest enough for the tray that I kind of picked out, and I will be showing a picture of that later on in this video. I really like her trays a lot, especially with how just it's magnetic and it just bump like that, especially right here. It just closes. It's just easy for me. It's I don't have animals yet, so I don't know how that would work, but it works pretty well around with two 8-year-olds and a 12-year-old. And then the last one who's sponsoring us is We Wax Crafts. So I've got here is unscented. I have unscented for me because a lot of scents do bother me. But although I have bought a couple little things here and there and they haven't bothered me too much. But she has given us a couple of tins, and I've picked out the scent Black Cherry. So that way it won't. I was trying to be considerate so it won't be bothering too many, and I figured Black Cherry would be a good scent that would basically not bother too many people. So. But yeah, I will make an announcement of the week 1's giveaway winner later on in this video. But anyway, let's get started. So I know it doesn't look like I've gotten very much in this on my canvas here, but I have. You can probably see a little bit here. I've kind of just started going down the sides on both of them and getting, just most of the background in, because it's a lot of background. And as you can see, I started this row as well with all the background in here while I was waiting for my specialty drills. And unfortunately, I did order a couple of bit more. I decided that like some certain spots needed like pixie dust. So I got a couple of, I'm waiting for those. So I got little spaces here and there where I still need to wait to fill those in. So, but anyway. So, hope you guys are doing well today. I still have that awful cough, as always. This week has been pretty much uneventful, I would say. Well, that's a lie. Yesterday was eventful, but we will get to that. But the weekend was uneventful. The kids did get to go to the trampoline park. From what I was told, that they had an absolute blast. Jana did get a sprained ankle, but she seems to be fine now. But I was told that they had an absolute blast. I kind of stayed home. I worked on this diamond painting for the most part. And was just kind of, just chilling and relaxing and having just a nice time for myself. And it was nice to get some work done, to be honest. But you know, I did miss them a lot, even though they do make a lot of racket. But yeah, they're growing up so fast, guys. Like it's crazy. Like so Nicole, she's 12, and at the beginning of this year, she's wearing a women's small, right? And now I'm like I have to start getting her clothes. She's like women's medium now, but like I'm almost tempted to just buy women's large at this point because she's still like growing, and she's almost my height, guys. She is so close to my height already. It's scary. She is definitely going to be, you know, getting taller than me. And she's really excited about it. I'm not as excited about it though. I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie. I don't want her to be taller than me right now. She's only 12. Let's see. But yeah, I have to do that, and I have to get new clothes for Michael as well. Uh, this morning he decided to wear his coat instead of a jacket because he wanted to be protected by the rain. I'm like, it's warm. Today's a warm day. We're back into warm temperatures. So it was 60 degrees right now. It's about 64 in the morning, so I had to turn on the AC. And he's wearing a coat, but he's wearing it because it started pouring and he wanted to be protected instead of wearing just his normal jacket. I'm like, okay. All right. But as I was looking at his his coat when we dropped him off, his coat's going up to here, guys. So he definitely needs a new coat. It's getting short on him. I'm like, well, it was a good 2 years while it lasted. So I might have to see if I can find the same exact coat, because it's Minecraft related. It's like a creeper, you know, one of those little green hissing things. But he needs clothes. He's definitely got to get into the size 10, and it's not surprising since he's about to turn 9 along with Jaina in a few weeks, guys. Like 2 weeks from tomorrow. I'm not happy about this. It's like, oh my goodness, can you guys stop? Just stop. Stay little. And in fact, this makes me I actually had stuff pulled up because we all did the whole eclipse thing this week. I don't know if you guys if you guys were able to see a total one or a partial one or whatever. But excuse me. But we had it was like a 79.5% coverage for us. And they actually let only just the grade school kids. I hope this is not being too loud and distracting, guys. I'm sorry. I do enjoy it though. I do really enjoy the sound of this. But they only released the elementary school kids on Monday for the eclipse early, and they said that they were just going to pass out eclipse glasses to the middle school and the high school students instead. And I was just like, well, that's kind of sucky that they're going to be missing that. They're going to have to. They don't get to come home early. So I don't normally do this, but I figured. And Nicole begged. She begged. She begged for us to pick her up early. So when the twins got out early, we went to the middle school and picked her up as well. And she got into glasses. And oh my goodness, that was a line. I wasn't the only one who had the same thought, because other people who had kids in the elementary school also decided to go to the middle school as well. So it was a bunch of people there, and I got to see the nurse who's at the elementary school nurse. She was there. She was right behind me, and we started talking and everything while we're waiting in line. But yeah, we picked her up, and she was excited because she didn't want to be in PE. I found out that for her, PE is actually 2 semesters long instead of like 1 semester. So she had, you know, like what she had was at the beginning of the year was Spanish. Then the second 9 weeks she had like agriculture, and then third 9 weeks was gym, and now she has gym again. So she hates gym. She hates it with a passion. She tells me. And like I can see why, because she's been telling me about some stuff. But we'll probably talk about that if I remember about that part of the conversation. But we got home, you know, and you know I'm doing things around the household where we go outside, like, you know, as after I got them, you know, snacks and stuff, and we all had the solar eclipse glasses. Luckily, I found the like 2 glasses that I saved from back in 2017 when the last time we had a solar eclipse come here, and that was almost a totality one for us. My husband, when he was in the city, got to experience that. We still didn't. It was like 90%, so it never really got truly dark, but it did get very dusk-like, and it's so weird. The kids were did not remember their experiences from the last one. Nicole was like a kindergartner at that time, and Michael and Jana, they were, goodness, they were 2 years old. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I don't like being reminded about this again. But yeah, so yeah, Nicole was like 5, and the twins were 2, if I remember correctly, because it was pretty much the first week of school for Nicole in kindergarten, and they actually released everyone a half day early instead of early release for the solar eclipse. So for that time too. So, but anyway, we go outside. We get to experience the eclipse. I let the kids come outside. We went in and out a lot because I didn't want to just be standing there all the time, and I told them not to expect darkness and stuff like that, but they were so intrigued. We even did the goodness, it's the paper method that one of Jana's teachers gave her 2 sheets of paper. One had like a small hole cut out of it, and the other one was just a blank sheet of paper, and basically we're supposed to tilt the blank piece of paper like on the ground, like towards the sun, and then the other person stands and like has the hole pointed towards the other sheet of paper, so we can experience the eclipse in that way. And she thought that was the coolest thing ever, and it was pretty neat to be able to see that, especially since, you know, we wouldn't be, you know, we couldn't all share, we couldn't always all look at the solar eclipse together. And we all kind of had to take turns, because like sometimes I'm like, hey Michael, may I borrow your glasses, you know, and then he would, you know, wander around doing something while I'll look up, and then, you know, switch off to, you know, someone else, you know. So that's what we had to do. I took pictures of them, and they were really intrigued by how the shadows were starting to look weird and fuzzy almost. And oh my goodness, they had fun experiencing it, and I hope that they would be able to remember this a bit more compared to the last one, because the next time there's an eclipse that comes through the US is when they're all adults, man. Sorry. So but yeah, like, after all that, because, they got to hear the crickets start chirping, the birds, like, started getting a little quiet, and, they were just so, like, oh my goodness, this is so weird. It's so, like, the sky looks so different, everything's just so creepy-like. I'm like, yeah, it can kind of feel a little creepy-like. But we got to see, just, it became a crescent type moon situation. It never really went past that, and then started moving on. So they got bored after that, and we went inside, and then I started looking up at pictures and everything, and oh, hold on. Okay, sorry. So anyway, I started looking at pictures, you know, from the last time we had the solar eclipse that came through, and they were so tiny. Like, you know, Michael, like I said, Michael and Jaina, they were just toddlers. They were so small. And then Nicole, she was a happy child instead of this petulant teenager or preteen. And I just like, oh, I want those days back. And you know, sometimes it's like I would love to have another kid, but I know better. I don't want to risk another set of multiples, and I don't think I could handle. I don't think I can handle having another kid in the household. To be honest, I know my limits. I know my limits. It's just I'm sad because that whole chapter is closed off on me now. So, but yeah, I just wanted to have one more, but you know. It's not gonna happen. Never ever. Well, let's knock on wood. But yeah, we did a bunch of that, and I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, but we had the Tooth Fairy come through last week for Michael, and he mentioned earlier this week, oh, I got a wiggly tooth. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, he's not the type of kid to mess around with his teeth, okay? Like, it takes a while to get him to start messing with his wiggly teeth. I mean, like, the last few times, his adult teeth are coming up behind or in front of the tooth. So we would have to start, at that point, we would have to start moving and wiggling it to get it out, because that's what the dentist has always told us to do, because that way the adult tooth has room to come through and grow in properly instead of like being pushed and altered. So at least that's how I was kind of explained. So he mentioned he had another wiggly tooth. I'm like, oh, okay, because that's normal. He gets his teeth comes out like in groups. So he was like very much of a late bloomer with his teeth. Because like Jaina lost her two of her front teeth, and he didn't lose his two front teeth until an entire year after she did. And I was told that was kind of normal. Like, he did not lose his first tooth until he was 7. So, sorry, I'm just gonna straighten up these a little bit. But goodness gracious. But yeah, he mentioned that, and I'm like, okay, well, how wiggly is it? He goes, it's not too wiggly, it's just a little bit. And I looked, and I'm like, okay, I don't see any adult teeth coming through, you know. And the funny thing was, the one tooth that he just lost last week, you could already see the adult tooth coming through clear as day. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad we got rid of that tooth. Anyway, he goes, it was like, I think it was Tuesday. He mentioned it on the on the day of eclipse on Monday. So on Tuesday he goes, "Can I have a snack?" And this is like just almost about an hour before bed. And I'm like, maybe an hour and a half. And I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. It's okay, you know. I told him to go get an apple, and he's like, okay. And I'm like, I hear him rummaging to get the apple. He sits down. He plays on his tablet like he normally does. He loves doing a lot of country quizzes and stuff like that. We'll definitely talk about that. But all of a sudden I hear sudden movement and him rushing to the pantry and the door slamming. And I'm like, are you okay, kid? You know, what's going on? Like, did something happen? Like, you know, did you cough out a tonsil stone or something? And he's all like, my tooth came out. And I'm like, wait, what? And he goes, yeah, I bit into the apple and then it popped out. It wasn't stuck in the apple, but it was like basically hanging by a thread. He felt like, and he goes, and it hurts a lot. And, I had to calm him down a little bit because, he wasn't expecting that. Like I said, he's not the type of kid to purposely try and pull it out until like, I'm like, okay, let's try and start getting this, tooth a little bit loose, dude. But, so sure enough, he was bleeding a lot more. So, and he was not was not happy about that. I was like, okay, it's all right. Let's, I calmed him down and everything. And he goes, does this mean I'm going to get another $5 from the Tooth Fairy? I'm like, yeah, it sure does. The poor Tooth Fairy, man, getting broker by the minute. So I'm like, man, like you got so lucky. You had the Tooth Fairy, then the Easter Bunny, and now the Tooth Fairy's coming back again. I'm like, goodness gracious, can I have your luck, little man? And he's like, no, it's my luck. So I like had to make sure there was a $5 bill around for him, and he started messing around with the Tooth Fairy pillow, and I'm like, dude, that's not a toy, and he's been doing that with a lot of stuff lately. Like he did that with his solar eclipse glasses too. Like he'll just start bending it and everything, and I'm like, it's not a toy. You don't mess with it like that. You gotta be careful, because that's what's protecting your eyes. It's a tool, not a toy. Okay. Sorry, just trying to get all my drills back into here. Goodness gracious, I am so sorry for constantly coughing. It has been just bothering me. I'm pretty sure my allergies have not been helping with the entire situation. Let's see, I'm gonna get the tiny one right here, since we're gonna use these, just a small amount of these drills. But yeah, like, so I have a lot of doctor's appointments this week, a crazy amount. And before I continue, I will announce the winner of last week's thing. So once I edit this video, I'll post the winner here. So I'm gonna do the comment thing off on flying. So right here's whoever's won. So congratulations. If you guys remember, it was this 3D printed pen by Custom Pins by Cheryl. So you will be getting this in the mail sometime. I don't know if I will wait till the end of the event, or I'll ship this out later on this week, but I will be contacting you. And then before we continue, I'll want to show, well, not show, well, yes. My brain is not on all, like, I still need coffee. So, goodness, okay, I'm hearing the garbage truck. Anyway, so, the next week's winners are going to be, I will be giving away one of the trays from Bijou Bliss, and I will post a picture of what it looks like right here. So I'm actually doing 2 giveaways this week. So the first one will be the Bijou Bliss tray, and then the second one will be Wax. And I'll post a picture of what that one looks like here. So your keyword for this is, let's do, I would say eclipse, but that might be too hard to spell even for me. So let's do zodiac. So C-O-D-I-A-C, zodiac. So that's your keyword for the week is zodiac. And probably a bit easier to do. But yeah, anyway. So since we're talking about trays, since I talked about the trays a little bit, I had a bit of an adventure yesterday, because like I said, I've been doing a lot of events, and not events, but a lot of doctor's appointments. I have events on my brain. And I had to get an MRI taken yesterday. And on top of that, since I did mention that I was claustrophobic, they said, okay, we'll prescribe you Xanax. Now, I've never had Xanax before. I did have something, I guess, somewhat similar to it when I got my, when I had to get my tooth pulled a few years ago. When I was getting a lot of dental work, and I did get prescribed something similar to it, but that never really worked too much. It just made me sleepy, but not too sleepy where I fell asleep kind of thing. But anyway, I was prescribed that. I'm like, okay, I don't really, I was like, I'm not gonna, I don't think I'm gonna need it. I was like, I'll be fine. I can handle it. And he goes, how claustrophobic are you? I'm like pretty claustrophobic, but I'll try and, calm myself. I'll do my best. I have some techniques. He goes, no, you're going to need the Xanax. I'm like, okay. So I got everything ready yesterday. I, made sure I didn't stink. Let's see. What's the next color I want to do? Let's go with H. So he said I needed it, and he was right. But anyway, so I got myself all ready to go. My father-in-law came and got the kids. We took them to school, and then we come back home, and he loves food, guys. He loves talking about food. He loves planning food and everything like this. So he's, I'm not a big food, well, that's a lie. I'm not big on eating like right before my appointments. Like if I'm allowed to eat before my appointments, I'm really kind of like, I get a lot of nervous energy, and I don't feel like my stomach's in knots and stuff. So I never really eat during those times. But he was going on about a donut place near the area that where the MRI was located. But then he mentioned that they also own the same place here in this town, a donut place, which I was, I knew about the donut place here in town, but I was very surprised. I'm like, yeah, but they usually sell up really quickly, and I'm like, okay. And the best part was they sold boba tea. Goodness gracious, I can't speak. And I was like, okay, let's go there. Let's go to the one in town. So before we go driving to my appointment. So we get there. He gets an apple fritter. I decided to get the same thing, and then I got myself some boba tea as well. I got myself a taro one, and I think I preferred the other location I normally go to get boba tea, because as good as this one is, I like the blended one. This one was just ice. I like it where the other location where they blend the ice with the milk tea and everything. And it's just like, it's a lot sweeter compared to the one I go to the other location. Plus, the other location also has balmy sandwiches. I love to get a balmy sandwich while I'm having my boba. So, but I mean, like, that's still a good, place to go to. Like, if I really am hankering and I don't feel like driving all the way out to that other location, because it's a pretty, it's a distance, So we got that, and we're driving, and I take my pill, because it said take an hour before, and I'm looking at time so that way. And on the drive there, my father-in-law's like, has it hit you yet? I'm like, no, not really. I'm not really feeling anything. I'm just thinking, this is gonna be the same exact thing, like what I took with something else. And we get to the hospital, and found out that like I had had to register and everything again, but like at a kiosk. Compared to other places, it was a completely different place than what I've gone to before. So it was like and they wanted me to pay the entire thing there. I'm like, well, I made a copay online, and I don't think I'm not able to pay the entire thing, because, the entire thing was like, $500, So they're like, oh, well, then you're needing to go to, register over there. I'm like, well, I could have just done it in the first place, but, not a big deal. So I get there. I said I made a copay. She looked at it and she was, yeah, you'll be fine, and got me all, registered, ready to go, and directed me where I'm supposed to sit and wait for my MRI. So I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden I just start yawning, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm getting really tired. And my father-in-law is like, it's starting to hit you, isn't it? I'm like, uh-huh. And I yawn really big again. And we're just waiting because it's we got there a little bit early before my appointment time. And let me just make sure this is straight. But yeah, so we're waiting a little bit, and he's like saying about how I must be the first person here, blah blah blah, and I'm just like yeah, just yawning and yawning until they call me in. So they call me to go back, and the lady goes, okay, I'm a big guy. I'm not a big guy. I'm a big person. Okay, I'm not petite. I'm very, overweight. I'm on the obese side, So I mean, like they already had my measurements. Like the doctor he sent my height and my weight. So the lady was just like, we're going to see if you fit into the machine, right? And I'm like, uh-oh, right? And she goes, because what we got is one of the smaller ones. And I was just like, and I'm thinking, why did they schedule me for like one of the smaller ones in the area? And so we tried to get in, and like I can get in just fine, like width wise, right? So like that was perfectly okay. The problem was I'm not just really I've always been well endowed. And it's been a curse since I was a high schooler. So, and we get partway in, and then my boobs pretty much stop. It's like they're touching the top, and it's blocking part of the thing. And then she tries one more time, and I'm like, and I'm looking, and the Cinex hasn't kicked in. I'm like, yeah, I think I would be pretty claustrophobic in here. I was able to still move my arms a bit, but yeah, feeling like I was trapped was not a good feeling. And she goes, basically she pulls me back out and says, I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to fit you in here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really sorry about that too. It's embarrassing, right? And let me get the next color. And then she hands me a number to tell me to call, to reschedule, to see about if we can get myself in a bigger machine, or if I can get myself in an open MRI. And I'm like, okay, and I mentioned one thing, because I did put it down in my whole records and stuff. Like, I said, I do have a dental implant, is that going to be okay? And they're like, yeah, that should be fine. So, and, it kind of, worries me, because, I got something in my head that's metal, but they said that, they asked how long ago I had it, and they're like, no, that should be perfectly fine. It's, it's not, it won't interfere with the machine or anything like that. So I'm like, okay. I've seen horror stories, or heard about them. But anyway, I get home, right? I text my friends, telling them I didn't fit, blah, blah, blah. And we get home, I start eating the apple fritter, and I guess I'm really feeling the effects at this point. I'm really exhausted. I'm really sleepy. And my father-in-law, drops me off, and I get home, right? I go home. I'm inside the house. I don't really remember too much after this. Like, I don't even really remember part of the way home, to be honest. I don't remember opening my door. I did lock it, though. But I don't know if this is normal. But like... So I passed out. I completely zonked out when I got to bed. Like, and luckily I woke up enough to right before the kids came home. I was groggy though. But yeah, so when I woke up, I was kind of confused. I was, going, what's going on? And at that point, I see my father-in-law has texted me saying, "Hey, I'm on the way to pick up the kids, the twins. he wasn't going to bother coming by the house to take me, and like he normally does. And I was just like, which is a good thing because I was still trying to wake up. And I was like, I slept over 4 hours, and later on that evening yesterday, I'm looking through my emails, and this is where I'm like wondering if this is normal, guys. I I bought some trays, guys. I bought some Bee Juice Bliss trays. Like, I had them in my cart, already ready to go, because I was planning on getting them later on. Because one of them I wanted to get the event tray that we picked out the colors and stuff, and I wanted to to basically get. I wanted to just memorialize it. So I decided I was going to buy one of those. And I had a couple other trays that I, just put in my cart too. And I'm looking at my emails and I'm like, wait, when did I buy this? And it was apparently like right before I laid down for bed, I guess. Because I see on the security camera, I got home, and then it's like, I guess 5 minutes after that, I'm like on my phone or something. I'm like, I don't remember buying this. So I kind of had a little bit of a panic, and I started looking to see if I bought anything else. Luckily, that was the only thing I bought, probably because it's the only thing that was in my cart. Thankfully, nothing was on my Amazon cart or anything like that. But I do not remember purchasing it, and I was just like, well, I mean, like, I was planning on getting it. But it was going to be more like a few weeks down the road, not now. So that's my funny little story with the MRI. But I'm so sorry. I can't stop coughing, guys. But anyway, when I woke up enough to basically, call to reschedule it, I was getting to run around. I got frustrated, but I called the hospital network that, where I had, because they have multiple hospitals in the area. So I called the scheduling part, and told them the whole spiel and said that, hey, I tried to fit. It didn't work. They suggested to get me into a bigger one or an open one, and the lady goes, oh, we don't have any open MRIs in our hospital network. I'm going to have to send you over to a certain area in the same city, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, is this not going to be covered by my insurance, and so she transfers me to this place, to this other place, and I written down the phone number just in case we got disconnected or anything like that. I tell this person the same exact thing that happened, and I said, and they asked me for my name and everything, and they go, well, I don't see your name in the referral list. I'm like, well, that's because I just had an appointment today, and they literally just told me to call you guys to see if I can schedule it. And then she goes, well, I'm sorry, I can't help you because your doctor's going to have to make the referral. And I'm just like, are you flipping kidding me? I didn't say that to her, because, it's not her fault, but it was just like still aggravating. I'm like, okay, well, thank you, So I could message my doctor, but I'm literally seeing this doctor who basically wanted me to get the MRI on Tuesday. So I decided, instead of like sending him a message, waiting around, because it was like late Wednesday afternoon at that point, there was no reason, because his team probably wouldn't see it until Thursday afternoon, and then probably like by Friday they respond to me, and then he'll respond back by Monday or Tuesday. I figured I'm going to see him Tuesday, might as well just wait until then and bring it up, since we're supposed to go over some of my lab testing results. I'm supposed to get more lab work done that day too, so that's gonna be fun. Giving blood again, yay! I swear, I every month I've given blood. I'm like, I think they like my blood, guys. I think they like it. I don't like it. I don't like them liking it. And I don't want them to take it from like this side of my arm right here instead of like the inside of my elbow. I really hope they don't do that. But yeah, so that was a little bit frustrating. And I was still kind of groggy yesterday. So I didn't really do too much for dinner for the kiddos. I just kind of made it easy and simple for me. So I said, all right, guys, we're going to do hot dogs, you know? So I made hot dogs instead. Got chips. I didn't even do vegetables. I felt kind of bad. And today I'm probably not even going to do... Goodness, I probably won't be cooking either. I haven't decided. If it is, it's going to be like an omelet with like sausage links and stuff like that. Because we got a lot of leftovers, and I got like, you know, I want them to get through the leftovers, especially since they're having a sleepover again tomorrow night. And I'm gonna be the only one that, you know, has to eat all this food. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to be the only one that, you know, has to eat up all the leftovers. So I might tell them to have some leftovers instead. I haven't decided. I'm gonna go probably use the small tray again. So yeah, I can't wait to get like the other enhancement drills in because I want to put some fairy dust right here. I got some metallics right here. I bought 2 different metallics for this little ring right here, the background, and I wanted to try this kaleidoscope one because it looks so cool. And it does, but it's too dark, and it blends way too much with the background, unfortunately. So I gotta find something for that. So I'm grateful that I bought the metallic gold, because I put that down, and it looks so good. I love it so much, and I just want to put some more like fairy dust here, where like it kind of like where the light's shining from the thread and stuff like that. Sorry. But yeah, I'm just really excited about that. Just one moment. I'm going to take a sip of water. All right, sorry. Let's see. What else has been going on? But yeah, just, you know, food and stuff like that. I haven't really done a lot diamond painting, downstairs. I haven't touched my, Jaded Gem Shop at all, like the, Mushrooms Glow. I haven't really touched that this month at all, which I'm kind of ashamed to say. And I haven't really touched the the light weaver yet either. I've been focusing mostly on this. This has been my main focus, and I've been like just enjoying working on it. But I really should work on my other 2 kits that I have. But the other one's like a time-lapse thing, and that means I have to remove all this, switch things out, and I haven't really felt like doing that. I've been kind of obsessed with playing Power Wash Simulator downstairs on my computer. So, like, my computer, my Jaded Gem Shop kit is, like, right by my computer. So instead of focusing on that and listening to, like, people on YouTube and stuff like that, I've been playing Power Wash Simulator and listening to Wip Chats instead. I've been doing that for a good bit, and it's been just so soothing. I'm just like enjoying myself, especially since sometimes my hands have been hurting quite a bit. So and I have to take breaks. So but I'm going to probably try and focus on it, and I think I'm going to try and focus a little bit on the light weaver this week. But yeah. Oh, before I continue, there was 2 people that commented on my nails. I know I'm being all, you know. There was 2 people that commented on my nails while I was at the hospital when I was at the receptionist area. She commented on my nails, and then the tech, you know, for the MRI, she also commented on my nails and said how much she likes them, and I'm like, thank you. I felt really good about the fact that I didn't have to take them off, because I was a little worried about that, especially since I just did my nails, since this nail right here broke the other day and I had to trim all of my nails short. I was a little sad about that. So, you know, it's silly. I get like a, you know, a sense of pride with my nails. It's one of the small things besides diamond painting that, you know, just really makes me happy and, you know, puts a smile on my face. And I know sometimes it kind of sounds vain, but I really do love how my nails look, and I really, you know, do get a sense of pride when, you know, making sure that they look really good and stuff, because it makes me feel good, you know, like when I have something, even though the rest of me may not look good. I know, don't put yourself down, but it's true. but I do have a, you know, I feel good once I have like something nice like this. So yeah, not, like I said, not a lot has happened. It's just been that I got 3 doctor's appointments next week, so I have no clue if my Wip Chat's going to be late next week. It might be on a Friday. Because I do have 3 appointments back to back. Well, not back to back, but like I have an appointment Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And all of them are pretty much long distance kind of ones. So I'm going to have to, like, it's when I get home, it's pretty much like, you know, trying to, you know, decompress from all of the doctor's appointments. So I don't know if I'm able to do anything until like Friday morning, making a post or anything like that. So it might be Thursday, it might be Friday, you know. Today's Thursday, so I'm posting this Thursday, as long as the power doesn't come off. That's what I'm worried about with the storms that are about to come in. I gotta get this video edited and uploaded too. So I'm trying my best. I'm gonna, like, once this is done, I can't just like continue diamond painting like I want to do. But I got a couple more things probably to say. I remember a couple of things before I guess I sign off. Let's see. Uh-oh, I think I made a mistake down here. I'm sorry. I'd like to have these working like, I like to have it like in a little pattern, because it helps me out a little bit, just to make sure that the drill stays straight. That, for me, in my mind, it works that way. I saw like Jessica from Worlds of Wonder. I know, Jessica. I know, I'm being stupid. I'm sorry. But I saw her do this method like a long time ago, and it's kind of stuck with me, and I've never stopped. It's just been like, I don't think I can stop, to be honest, to like do this little tiny method of with my drills. Let's see, what other shade we'll do. We'll do this one. Let's see. Oh yeah. So, oh my goodness. Okay, couple things before I get off here and try to hurriedly edit this whole thing. So, my daughter hates gym, and one of the reasons is because of the boys there. You know how, you know, everyone, you know, puberty and stuff like that is hitting, and I've been trying to keep up with slang and stuff like that. So, trying to, you know, make sure like I'm in the loop. I'm hip. I'm cool with it. No, no. But in all seriousness, it's more of a, so that way I could just embarrass the heck out of my kid. That's all it is. Just embarrass her, having her know that I know what the words mean. And then sometimes try and use them incorrectly. Or, you know, even use them correctly, you know, just to go, oh my god, mom knows what I'm talking about. You know. But anyway, she told me yesterday that, you know, she had gym yesterday, because she did miss gym on Monday, but she went to gym, and she told me, one guy talked about my butt. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, so this slang, it has, you know, can, you know, be little you know, you can look it up or anything like that. But he said gyat, that her butt was gyat. And I'm like, oh no. And she goes, you know what that means? I'm like, yes, I know what that means. It's like, I tried to keep up to date with this stuff, you know, and I'm just like, oh no. I'm like, he really did not say that. She goes, yeah, he's weird. I'm like, oh no, oh my goodness. I'm like, and she goes, is my butt big? I'm like, we are not going through this. Oh no, we are not going through this. You're 12. I am not ready for this. You know, and I was just like, what did you do? She goes, I ignored him. She goes, he's weird. I'm like, why is he weird? Because he said that. I'm like, okay, fair enough. And we start talking about this morning, because, you know, like, I already have her wearing deodorant, and Jaina has started wearing deodorant, and I go, my nose is not completely, like, since I've been using the, CPAP machine, it's been like, it's not working at 100%. So I'm like, hey, does Michael smell like body odor? You know, he's not hitting puberty yet, but I want to make sure that if he's smelling or not, you know, I want to, you know, nip that in the bud kind of thing. And Nicole's all like, yeah, he does. And then Jaina's like, no, he doesn't. I'm like, okay, what is it? So, this weekend we'll probably see about if he is or not, I guess, about getting him some deodorant, you know, so that way, you know, just so that way he doesn't smell. And then, like, Nicole goes, all the boys in my class either smell really, really bad or they smell like girls' perfume. I'm like, girls' perfume? She goes, yeah, they put way too much on. It's like trying to make themselves look like, that, you know, they're got dates and stuff. I'm like, okay. So she's like, all the popular boys are smelly, and then she goes, all the unpopular ones, they just like have a lot of girls' perfume and it's too much. I'm like, how much? She goes, they put like 10 sprays on. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember those days where it's like, you know, Axe, you know, and everything. And like my husband uses Axe, but he uses it sparingly. So like, and he uses like the chocolate one, and it's not like all over the place, you know, it's just a little bit, you know, and it smells good. It smells good on him. I like it. But it was just like, so we're probably gonna have to see about him not using Axe, because I don't want Michael to be one of those boys where it's just overwhelming. Because like one of my exes that I dated back in high school, he was a big user of like the Phoenix smell, and that was just overwhelmingly like you know, because I already told you I have a sensitive nose, so it's just like, oh my god, this is awful. Let's see. And put this here. But yeah, it's just like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not ready for my kids to get older, guys. I know it's happening, and I don't like it happening, but I don't, you know, I know it's, you know, something that I gotta deal with. And then I mentioned, I got a couple of things here. I haven't bought anything except those trees. I haven't bought anything diamond painting wise because I'm trying to be good. I was trying to be on a no buy, especially since the anniversary is coming up. So as much as I wanted to get a diamond painting last week, I was good. I wish listed it instead, even though I went, I want it. And this week there's something I'm like, I want it. It's like the Micah Jelena one. I'm like, I want it, but I'm not going to get it. I'm going to wish list it, especially since, you know, like I said, the anniversary is coming up. I don't know what's going to happen, like, but I want to be prepared, especially if there's Chrissabug. I want the Chrissabugs. Or if there's like the Roy Trin Sailor Moon ones. Although I don't know if they're ever going to release like the other ones. Although I would like that because, you know, I want to have a full collection of it. It would be kind of cool to have, you know, I mean, like, I have Chibi Moon. I want to have, you know, Sailor Moon, you know, and, you know, Mars as well. Because I think we got, like, we have Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, you know, yeah, I want Sailor Moon and Mars. So that way I have, you know, the inner planet ones done. So I have, like, a nice little collection. But yeah, it's just like I'm saving. Well, when I say saving, I'm like preparing myself. I'm preparing myself. So I'm trying to be good. Try not to, do any purchases that, that's needed. But I did spend money on some stuff to help me around the household. So I got this broom. It's, I'm going to I still have a broom to sweep, but I got this, like, basically it's a carpet type roller situation where it can work on both hardwood and carpet. So like it's going to help me for like the smaller stuff. Like, so like, I don't have to constantly try and bend over too much for it. And that's going to help me out a whole lot more, because I've been, like I said, I've been having a lot of trouble with that. Excuse me. And then, I got, well, I didn't get my dad to do it, but, I was talking to my dad, and I was just telling him how, like, basically going, yeah, it's kind of sucks that, about scrubbing the bathrooms. I was just like, a little bit of complaining, just a little bit of ranting. And I'm like, yeah, I got this one thing that I'm going to get eventually. I'm like, I'm planning on, getting it next month. I'm going to try and get the okay for it. And he goes, well, what is it? And I sent him a link. It was like but it's kind of like an electronic scrubber thing, so that way I don't have to bend. It has like a long handle, so that way I don't have to bend over and try and get all the little nooks and crannies in my shower, because it gets grody. Like, there's like I don't like the fact that my shower is not completely flat. It's like, it's a shower tub combo, so the shower is, it goes flat, and then it dips in, and then it comes back out for the tub part. And that little dip in gets so disgusting, and I hate having to try and bend over and clean it, because I want to make sure it doesn't get disgusting, right? So I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy this scrubbing thing, like, once I get the A-OK for it. And he goes, can I see it? Send me the link. I'm like, okay, here, sure, whatever. And then he goes, it'll be there Friday. I'm like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, it'll be there Friday. So I'm like, well, it wasn't a purchase I didn't have to make, so yay. But it was just like, I wasn't expecting you to, buy that, but, thank you. He goes, yeah, if it's going to help you, if it's going to help with your quality of life. Because I'm trying to take back my life in a way, and not make the fact that I hurt all the time, an excuse for some things. Yeah, some days I'm going to just not be in the mood to, do chores or diamond paint or, or cook or anything. But like the days where I'm hurting a little bit, but I'm able to do stuff, but like where before I wouldn't be able to really get into the areas, I feel like with some of the tools that, I'm getting for myself, like, cause I got like I'm not going to be ashamed anymore of like buying things that are meant for the elderly and things like that. I'm going to get them, especially if they help me make sure that the house stays maintained. And I didn't mean to bring this down on a sad note. I'm still in a good mood. I'm just like, tired. I'm just tired of it. But I'm happy about the fact that I am getting things done around the household, and I'm hoping that I can continue with that process and that progress. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it here, so that way I can edit this video and get this sent out, hopefully, and that way I can also pick out the winner and everything like that too, as well. But if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I do hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!